Hello everyone, welcome to Boiler Breakdowns for our first mini breakdown, where I will break down game film by myself about current and former Purdue athletes. Today, we got a good one, because I'm talking about George Karloftis.
Mertz, 5 of 5, passing it here, the ball's free! Karloftis picks it up, he's got a lot of speed! And he takes it in, touchdown!
As we all know by now, the Kansas City Chiefs drafted George Karloftis with the 30th pick in the NFL Draft. He joins a 4-3 scheme ran by Steve Spagnuolo as an instant starter, playing alongside Chris Jones, Derek Nottie, and Frank Clark. Basically, he's replacing Melvin Ingram. Karloftis is an excellent pass rusher as well as a run defender. He has the strength and technique to do anything you want. Excellent hands to fight off linemen, extremely physical. He's got a nose for the ball, a motor that lasts all game long, but the most glaring thing that pops off the screen is his power, and it makes sense since he said Khalil Mack is his player comparison.
I think I compare myself to Khalil Mack. He has that speed to power, so I see a lot of similarity between our games.
Speed to power, a George Karloftis and Khalil Mack special. So let's start off this video looking at George's best speed to power clip of his final season. So in this play right here, we got George Karloftis at the top of our screen, and he is going to bull rush the crap out of this top tackle. Just watch him long arm extend, rip the ball out from the quarterback, and that is a sack fumble. Watch it one more time. Karloftis, top of the screen, huge burst off the line of scrimmage, extends the arms, has the tackle going backwards, gets past him, and then rips the ball out of the quarterback's hands. This is textbook speed to power, right? I mentioned the long arms that he extends on this tackle. So why? So first off, he's going to come off, and he's going to come with speed. And you see that second he drops his hips, right? He's going to drop his hips, and he's going to burst right there and punch and explode. That's what speed to power is. He's coming with speed. He transfers it into power right there. Strong base, low pad level, good anchor. And I mean, this tackle is in terrible position. Look at his hands. His hands are outside his shoulder pads. George Karloftis has complete control of this tackle. Excellent hands inside the pads. Great pad level. And now he extends his arms. Boom. And now the tackle is fighting for his life, trying to gain position back, but Karloftis way too strong, way too explosive, way too good, way too powerful, overpowers him, and now rips off. Go get the quarterback, go get the ball. One of George Karloftis' best highlights of the season. Being the best player on his team, that meant Karloftis was going to draw a lot of attention from opposing teams, and that's what he's going to do right here. ET stunt, end first, tackle second. 3rd and 6, go get the quarterback. That's our position right here. Karloftis first, tackle's going to wrap around second. Now usually on an end tackle stunt, you got to pass this off as lineman, right? This tackle's got to say, hey, George Karloftis coming inside, and he's got to be looking for the tackle coming around, right? Tackle's looping around, and he's the one that's going to make the play. Actually, both tackles make the play and run into each other, right? But watch, Karloftis, because he draws so much attention, this tackle is so scared of Karloftis, he stays on him, right? 1, 2, they even got the third center there. The center turns, looks backside after he realizes that the nose tackle goes away, but nobody takes the nose tackle because the left tackle is so concerned with George Karloftis. All right, watch that double team. And George is still getting a good push on them. Like the strength. He's moving over 300 pounds per person. George Karloftis is pushing 600 pounds backwards against their will. And his teammates just running around the end freely because no one is looking for him. They're all looking at George Karloftis, and it opens up opportunities for his teammates. Here is another example of George Karloftis drawing a double team so his teammates get one-on-one opportunities. Right here, George is going to rush, get the right tackle, and get the running back, not even chipping, straight up staying the block. All right, this running back stays to block. He's not chipping, going out into the flat. He is making sure he's making sure Karloftis stays far away from his quarterback, which doesn't even happen because George Karloftis drives this right tackle into the quarterback's lap. But who's that right next to him? That's his teammate with the one-on-one right here. Because George Karloftis gets 2, right? You got 3v4. So 2 of these players are going to get a one-on-one because someone's going to get the double team. So he gets the double team, he gets the one-on-one, and he gets the one-on-one. One of these guys has to win, and they do. And in one of the most dire situations, 3rd and 10, 52 seconds left, Illinois driving to try and score the game-winning touchdown. They are able to get pressure and force a bad throw, basically sending it to a 4th and 10 in which they also force another bad throw. Alright, so now let's look at some run plays, because I feel like his run defense is extremely underrated. Karloftis is a great run defender. First off, on this play, you have to notice that this is a 2 tight end formation, but they're not like one here, one here. They are both on this side of the line of scrimmage to make it an unbalanced line. 2 here, 2 linemen here, 4 linemen here. But Illinois is doing this to widen out Karloftis, right? Because there are 2 more tight ends over here, it widens him out and makes him a 7 technique to get him further away from the play because Illinois is planning on running weak side zone. But that's not going to stop Karloftis from making this play because his overwhelming power and football IQ allows him to defeat this block by the tight end and then tackle the running back for a loss. Right? I mean, that is a spectacular play. Obviously, you got a mismatch. You don't even have a lineman blocking him, so that's kind of a confusing standpoint. Like, what's the scheme going on for Illinois? Why are you blocking Karloftis with just your tight end? But then it shows how good Karloftis is because he destroys that tight end. I mean, look at him shove that tight end like, get off of me. And then sees the running back, tackles him in the backfield. Marvin Grant's there with him too. But just a phenomenal play by George. Get off of me. I'm not wasting my time with you. Come here, go get the running back, and make the play. So here we are with a very similar formation to the last play, but it couldn't be anything more different run scheme-wise, because Illinois is going to be running pin pull. Basically, this left guard is going to pin that defensive tackle, allowing the center to pull around, block Jalen Alexander, and the guard to pull around and find color. Find anyone, probably this linebacker, maybe this guy if the wide receiver doesn't get him. Find someone, right? But that doesn't happen. And that's because George Karloftis blows this play up, right? He abuses this tight end. That's kind of like a theme of this game, a theme of the video. George Karloftis abusing this mismatch against Illinois, right? This guy has 0 shot. And granted, he also makes a mistake too, so it's just bad all the way around for Illinois, and George Karloftis punishes them. Watch this tight end. He takes an outward step, right? It's almost like he's going out here, but then he realizes George Karloftis crosses his face, so he comes back to block him. But it doesn't matter because George Karloftis is already going upfield. Now watch George's eyes, right? The second he gets upfield, he's looking at the quarterback, he's reading the play, and he sees the 2 linemen pulling. And so what does he do? He blows it up. Absolutely blows it up. Jalen Alexander, unblocked, absolute demon on the field. Jalen Alexander is a demon. Goes, tackles the running back for a huge loss. Running back trying to fight him off. Jalen Alexander not having it. Get that stiff arm off of me. You're coming with me. And then here comes the teammates, right? But this is all sparked by George taking out both of the pulling offensive linemen, right? Gets past this tight end. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Out of the play. Leaving Jalen Alexander unblocked and able to make the play, which he does. Earlier on, I mentioned George Karlaftis' hand fighting and his handwork, so let's look at it right here. And once again, he's going to take advantage of a tight end. Two tight ends set over here, an unbalanced line. And George Karloftis, for some reason, is blocked one-on-one. And when George Karloftis is blocked one-on-one, he makes plays. So watch. Comes off the line. Great pad level. Hands. Perfect hand placement inside on the chest plate, controlling that tight end. Right, that tight end is going nowhere. Now, watch. Sees the running back, uses his hands, rips off, grabs him. Boom, you're mine. Right? Watch this. Hands, watch. He gets off the line. He's already punching. Perfect hand placement. He beats the defender, or he beats he beats the tight end to the punch, to the contact. He's violent. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. Why would he? He's caring about the running back. Come here. And he's got him. 1 yard gain. All right, that is a great play. Just the ability to long arms, lock you out, and then rip off, make the play for only a 1 yard gain. All right, let's look at another play that demonstrates his excellent handwork. Right here, he's lined up next to Jalen Graham, and he's going to put on a disgusting swim move on this guard. I mean, the speed at which he does it, too, you can't blink. Just zoop, right over the top. That guard has no shot. I mean, it just speaks to how fast he is, how quick he is. Just the speed at which he runs this swim move just punishes this guard for lowering his head. I mean, that's kind of another theme of this whole video is George Karloftis. He'll punish you when you make mistakes, right? You cannot make a mistake against George or he's straight up going to take advantage of it, right? Lowers the head. George just swims right over the top. Easy peasy. But the biggest mistake you can make is not blocking him. Otherwise, this will happen. Let's go back to the first play that I showed in this game, the scoop and score versus Wisconsin. Arguably one of the most electric plays of the season, one of the plays of the year. Unfortunately, they end up losing this game, but the scoop and score against Wisconsin, absolutely crazy crowd reaction. All right, so we got another ET stunt here for Purdue. End first, tackle second. And we do it on both sides, but we combine that with the corner blitz. And the corner blitz is the one that's not picked up. This running back up top does not see it coming. All right, he comes here to chip, but there's no one to chip, so he just leaks out for his check down, leaving Jamari Brown unblocked for the sack fumble. On down here, let's watch George. He's going to draw another 2 defenders, even draws the chip 2. So watch, that's actually 3 players, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. And, Wisconsin is making sure George is not going anywhere near their quarterback, but Jamari Brown is. So the sack fumble happens, and George, meanwhile, watch George's eyes. He's still keeping an eye on the quarterback, sees the ball pop up in the air, and he's the first one to react and grab it. And from there, I mean, it's just George rumbling into the end zone, loaf of bread, carry it home. And that right there is one of the plays of the year for Purdue. We hope you enjoyed that episode of Boiler Breakdowns, or technically our first mini breakdown. If so, give us a like, comment, thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. And also, how well do you think George is going to do his first year with the Kansas City Chiefs? Speaking of George, make sure to follow all of his socials. We'll leave that in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.